What up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Jay, checking in with you guys real quick. And today we're going to be talking about why the Apple iPhone 8 Plus is still a great phone to buy in 2020. Let's get it. All right, guys, so let's just dive right into this. Like I said, I wanted to make this video because we are in 2020 now, and I know there are people who are on the fence about upgrading or staying with their current phone, but this video specifically is for the iPhone 8 Plus users. And I just kind of wanted to show you guys that this phone is still currently good and relevant in 2020. And there's not necessarily saying there's no reason to upgrade, but at the same time, this phone is still a solid phone. And this is still currently my daily driver. This is not a phone that I just, kind of use from time to time. No, my SIM chip is in this. This is the only phone I have now that I actually use as my daily driver. And like always, I am still recording this video with my 6S Plus rear-facing camera, just to kind of show you guys that you do not have to always have the latest tech. If you are a content creator, you don't always have to have the latest tech in order to make decent, quality videos. So with that being said, one of the biggest things that I love about this phone is the battery life. Now, however, you see my battery is dying because I've been using my phone since like yesterday evening, real heavy, and I'm one of those type who will let my phone go all the way down to 1% before I actually charge it up. But the battery life on this is still great. And speaking of battery life, let me show you guys my actual battery health on my phone. So my actual battery health on my phone is at 86%. So as you can see, I have been, using this phone a lot. Like I said, it's my daily driver. I actually run the screen on max brightness every single day. I am a media head, so I consume media at an all-time high. So for me to have 86%, and I am a heavy phone user when it comes down to media, I think that's great to be at like 86%. But like I said, the phone is very, very snappy. It still moves really, really quick, still fluid. Let me check out the software that I'm actually running right now just to kind of make sure we get that correct. So we are on 13.3, which is the current one. I think they have a beta that's out right now. So let's open up a few apps. Let's double check and make sure nothing in the background first. So let's close that. Let's open up a couple of apps. So Instagram, let's see how fast that loads up. Really, really fast, as you can see. And short plug right there, my Instagram for those who want to follow me. Facebook, let's open that up. Moves really, really fast, like I said. And I'm just opening up apps that I like. Cigar Dojo, something I use on a day-to-day basis. I like this app. I'm a cigar head, so, very fluid, man. Very, very fluid and smooth still. Oh, what we got right here? Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's find a different app. Let's open up something like the ESPN app. This is like a heavy app. So let's see how this opens up. And that opened up pretty fast. And I would say that was even, about a second? Still fast, still fluid, guys. Nothing to be, kind of overzealous about when it comes to this phone. This phone is still great in 2020. It is still a buy. It's still a purchase that I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say in 2020, it's about an 8 because obviously, you got the 11. You have a few other phones that came out after this. But if you are on the fence about an 11 or anything else, and you've seen this phone in the store, please do not shy away from this phone. When I tell you that I am still enjoying this phone, I am still loving this phone. Everything about this phone is very, very snappy and smooth, still great. Nothing for me to really complain about. So let's check out, just to kind of double tap it, let's check out how much storage space I have so you can kind of see that I really use this phone. Now this is a 256 gig and I've only used about 64 of 256. That's because I delete a lot of things. So if I make videos and stuff like that on this phone, I have a tendency to delete them and so forth and so on. Pictures after I, upload them, I delete them because you can always pull them down from other, websites and things of that nature. So like I say, the phone is very, very snappy, very, very responsive. When it comes to the cameras and things like that, the rear camera still shoots at 4K at 60. So, at 4K 60, I mean, you can't beat that still coming from a 8 Plus, which is what came out in 2016, 2017. I want to say 17. Came out in 2017. You just can't, you can't beat that. And then just taking a look at how the phone actually looks, you got to excuse some of my fingerprints on it because I've been sitting here and holding it. But you know, the design is great, it's flawless. And honestly, you know, I'm kind of going to be a what's the word I'm looking for? I can't find the word I'm looking for, but I'm going to be like I guess a iPhone 6, 7, and 8 fanboy. But the design of this phone, from the 6 to the 8, is the design that brought me back to the Apple ecosystem, because I was originally on the Droid system for a while. My very first phone I had, smartphone, was an iPhone 3GS, which I still currently have. And if you guys want to see me pull that out, I will. But that was the very first phone that I had, smartphone. Then from there I went to like HTC, and then after that I just stayed with Droid, you know, Samsung and so forth. And when the 6S Plus came out is when I switched over and got the 6S Plus, because I like that body design. The reason I upgraded from the 6S Plus to the 8 Plus, which is probably for those guys who are on the guys and girls who are on the fence between the 6, you know, and the 8, or whatever the case, if you are still in 2020. But the reason I went from the 6S Plus to the 8 Plus is because the body style is still the style that I like, and I had the latest internals when it came down to, you know, processor and things of that nature, cameras and stuff like that. So I know that this is the dying breed when it comes down to the design of the phone, and I just really love this design. Now I am getting a little over the bezels, I can't lie. So I am getting over the bezels. I cannot lie about that. The bezels are starting to bother me because my wife has an X, and you know, to not have the bezels and stuff like that, it looks really nice. And that iPhone 11 is looking really, really attractive currently right now. But it's not a whole lot of things I really want to talk about this phone. I just know that this phone is still working perfectly. It is still working perfectly. It is still fast. It is still snappy. I'm still getting great video out of my rear camera. If you go check out my main channel, which is my gym channel, my fitness channel, Gym Monster 81. If you go check out that channel, my last videos for the last 2 years has been recorded with the front-facing and rear-facing camera on this specific phone. I'm sorry, the last year, and within the last year, it was, I think, this phone, but I had the 6S Plus, was recording a few, but the majority of those videos in the past year or so has been with this phone. So let's talk real quick about upgrading from the 8 to anything past the 8, you know. Well, let's say 8 and 10, because obviously the 8 and X are kind of the same phone, just different body styles, right? So one reason why you would upgrade from the 8 Plus, and this is for the people who are on the fence, because I'm still on the fence, but I will always keep this phone even if I did upgrade. But what I'm about to say is kind of coincide with how I actually feel too with upgrading from the 8 to the 11. So the reason I would think that you would upgrade from the 8 Plus to the 11, and this is really the only reason why, and then I have, well, the only two reasons why. One is for my content creators, and the other reason is just for everyday people. Okay, so content creators, the only reason why you would upgrade from the 8 to the 11 is because of the fact that front-facing camera shoots at 4K at 60 frames a second. You cannot beat that on a front-facing camera on a phone at 4K at 60 frames a second. Any camera phone that's doing that currently right now, for my content creators, is a must-have. So this one doesn't do that, and that is one of the only reasons why I would possibly upgrade to an 11, but keep this phone, but upgrade to an 11 just so I can have that capability. Why? Because I like to do vlogs, and when I go to the gym, sometimes I like to use my front-facing camera so I can get a better angle instead of looking at the camera on the stand from the rear and then making sure I'm in the shot. I can actually just kind of do my front-facing camera. I can just do the front-facing camera, and I'll be fine with that. So for the people who are really content creators who just really on the fence about upgrading, why would you upgrade from an 8 to the 11? The only reason why I would think that just the average consumer would upgrade from an 8 to an 11, and there's two reasons. One is just, you know, to have the latest and greatest, and number two is the cameras in general. Now, like I said, that front-facing camera is a must-have for people who like to take selfies, who loves to do Instagram selfies and things like that. It is a must-have. Why? Because the quality of that front-facing camera now is at an all-time high. So every phone now that Apple comes out with from the 11 on is going to have that front-facing camera shooting at 4K and so forth and so on. So to upgrade to those phones, you're going to actually be upgrading by the for the cameras, really, because everything else about an iPhone, the experience is always going to be the same. Apple Music, all those things are the same. The internals are some of those. So okay, let me break down internals real quick. These internals that are in these iPhones, don't get it twisted. They are good for that version of that phone, period. So I think in this phone, I think I'm running an A11 or A12. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's 11. Sorry, I didn't actually do the research prior to, but I forgot. But I think it's an 11. So let's just say if I'm running an 11 in this one and a 10 in the iPhone 6s or the 7, right? I'm running an A10. An A10 and an iPhone 7 runs perfect. It's fast for that version of that phone, for that version of that processor, for that. It's all for that version. So don't let somebody kind of like tell you like, hey, the iPhone 11 has a A13 or A14 bionic chip or whatever the case, and your iPhone 8 has a A9 or A10. It's like, hey, for that year that chip came out for that specific phone, that phone works flawless. Because look at this, you wouldn't be able to tell me if you didn't know what chip was in here, which I mean I think it's an 11. But if you didn't know what chip was in here, it wouldn't matter to you. So let's stop letting the specs and stuff like steer people in a direction, because people sometimes have a tendency to go spend their money on tech based on the fact that somebody else is telling you that these specs are better. But it's all about the day-to-day use, and it's all about how you use your phone. For me, I use my phone because I love YouTube and I'm a content creator, and I like to take videos of myself in the gym. I run my gym channel, stuff like that. And I like to take pictures of my family and things like that. I like to do social media here and there, but really I'm not like a heavy social media user. So now I'm just being honest with you guys. I have 476 followers. I've been on Instagram forever. But I don't promote Instagram. I'm only showing you guys this. I'm not promoting it, but I don't really promote Instagram and stuff like that because I'm not really heavy into social media that much. But my Instagram is lit though. You know what I'm saying? It is lit though. Let me show y'all. My Instagram is lit though. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, I really don't have too much more to say, man, besides the fact that the build quality, design of this phone is flawless to me. This product red is killing the game. If I upgrade to an 11, it's going to be a product red. But this product red is killing the game. This phone, it feels good in your hand. It's snappy. Rear-facing camera is still perfect. Front-facing camera, if it had that 4K on this one, you would never need to upgrade. But obviously, that's how Apple runs their business, But for the most part, guys, I really highly suggest you go out and take a look at this iPhone 8 Plus in 2020. Do not shy away from it. Do not feel like you're going out and buying a cheap phone, because this phone is still not cheap. It's still not a cheap phone. Trust me, it is still not a cheap phone. And this is the last. I think this is the only phone, like the last phone that they came out with. So this is the oldest phone. Let me say it right. This is the oldest phone that Apple is selling. So I think you can't get anything from the 7 on down unless it's like refurbished or something like that. But the 8, they still actually sell this 8 Plus in the store. So you know that this phone is still a beast. And when I tell you it's still a beast, it is still a beast. I still rock this phone every single day. I still rock it with my case. And I mean, for the most part, it's durable. I haven't dropped it because I take care of my phone. But I haven't dropped it. Well, I dropped it in the case actually yesterday. I take that back. And it's still durable. The build quality on this thing is great. That glass on the back is just amazing. This phone just looks sexy. It feels sexy in the hands. It feels good. It is just a quality freaking phone. So let me end this video right here. And I just want to say, being that I love this phone wholeheartedly, I just want to answer a question. And the question that I got asked was, would I upgrade though? Okay, so for myself personally, and I said this earlier, the only reason I would upgrade for myself is to get that front-facing camera. However, even if I did upgrade and got an iPhone 11 for the front-facing camera, I would still use this camera on my stand when I take it to the gym and record. I would still use this camera regardless, because of the fact that the rear camera is still 4K at 60, and I just still love this phone. For my content creators, yes, it is worth the upgrade to go to the 11 and so forth for those cameras. Anyway, it's been your boy Jay. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you took something from this video. And if you did, make sure you give me a like. Hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you share the video. And make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button. It really helps the channel out. Subscribing is free. But it also helps me out when you watch the videos. So, this year I want to try to get this channel. I'm going to take this channel a little bit more serious. I want to try to get this channel up to at least 1,000 subscribers this year. So with that being said, guys, I hope you help me out. Subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.